All right. So I definitely learned something new today. Maybe you did too. Let's get into it. This is about a sort of relationship test for the faint of heart. I'm not sure exactly what research this is coming from, but according to the article, young singles today are finding new ways to sort of test or check the status of their relationship with others. You might be familiar with the fairly new term situationship, and it's a stage of a relationship. It's more than friends, but not as much as dating. And dating is not as much as boyfriend and girlfriend, and there are other stages. But so if you're in this sort of in-between phase, you're in a situationship, and you want to clarify, is this moving into more? You know, are we going forward and getting more serious and close together, or are we just gonna break up in the future? Some people have devised a new test, and it involves making soup. And apparently somebody who posted about this online, many comments were laughing at this, oh, this is ridiculous, no. But then people were starting to test it out. You know, if they're in a situationship, they would make soup for their partner and then wait and see what happened. And it turned out, obviously this is not rigorously researched, but for some people, it made the partner make a choice. Are we going forward to the next step, or are we breaking up? That somehow they found a certain significance in this soup making that was an indirect way of saying, I want to be in a relationship with you. So for the ones who were not serious, they would take this as it's time to get out, she or he is getting too serious, or vice versa. If they were interested in taking the relationship further, they would go ahead and make that known. So, yes. I don't really know what to take from it because I'm a bit older. I think, you know, if someone made me soup, I'd be really grateful. I'd be like, wow, that's kind of you. But I don't think I would see it as a signal of this person wants to be in a serious relationship with me. I would need something a bit more direct than that. But again, I'm perhaps not the demographic that this test works for. It's interesting.
What if you're at work and someone brings only you, like lunch or whatever, like that they made?
Okay, yeah. In a group situation, if I get singled out,
then there's something different.
I would be like, but I wouldn't necessarily think this is a dating situation. I would be like, they like me a lot more than everybody else. Why is that? Do they want something? Are they about to ask me a favor? Especially at work, I'd be like, do you want me to cover your classes or something? Tell me what you really want.
It wouldn't be romance. It would be more like, tit for tat type thing.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
But then, if I'd been on a few dates with that person, no, I think I still would be like, if you're just making me soup, oh, that's so nice of you. We are more than friends already, and that's a very nice thing.
Look at us, old-fashioned people, thinking soup is just soup.
I don't know. I think even when I was young, tell me about this, John. When you were young and you were dating, it was very nerve-wracking to ask, do you want to go on a date with me, or are we dating? Or, to ask those direct questions was really hard, and I was terrified. But I felt like I had to do it. That to try and just hint my intentions to people was probably not the smartest way to go about it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think back when I was younger, there was that extreme pressure, which is why I probably didn't do it as much as other people. And I feel like if I were dating now, the ambiguity would put me a place of either apathy, like, oh, we're ambiguous, well, I'm just gonna kind of do what I want then, because you're not defining the relationship as kind of what we called it back in the day, DTR, define the relationship. You're not doing it, I'm not gonna do it, so let's just be something but not.
That's
kind
a
of thing.
Situationship. Yeah. We just didn't have a word for it back then.
Yeah, and in that case, I don't think that would be a long-lasting thing. Yeah.
Also, I think, do you think you're the kind of person who's good at picking up on subtle hints from the other partner?
There's some times where I am. There's some times where I'm like, you like me. I got it. No, but I got it. Right? That type of thing.
Okay.
And I seem to be much better at finding out the people who like me and I would never date that person
Right.
than the people who like me and I would want to date that person. Does that
Oh.
make sense? So the signs that matter, no, I do not pick up on those.
I'm terrible at it in general. Whether people like me or they're giving me the opposite clues of
Yeah, I hate you.
I hate you, go away. I think sometimes I've often wondered, am I autistic? Because apparently that's a sign of autism when you can't do social cues.
Slightly autistic. We're on the spectrum now.
Maybe I'm on the spectrum. I don't know. I've never been tested. But I guess I've already asked you a few of my own questions, but let's do one of the questions we're
Okay.
supposed to do. How would you describe the dating culture in your country? Is it complicated?
I think this type of article is coming from places like the West, like America, where you have a lot more casual style dating. Through the coronavirus and through kind of the social separation that we had, you have this new generation of dating that is a lot more freestyle, I believe. It is also a lot more accepted to be in a freestyle relationship, whether that be something that looks more traditional or more modern. It's kind of like whatever happens, happens type style. And in that case, yeah, it's a lot more complicated. So in the dating in America, I believe is more difficult for people like you and me. But so far it seems to suit the younger generation because they're the ones carrying the dating culture. So yeah, I think it's just what it is. Dating for older people though, I think is very difficult now.
Yeah, I imagine.
It's become much more difficult than it used to be.
Yes. Anyway, so when you're thinking about the next date, if you do have to speak some English, I think you'll find a lot of really useful words in our vocabulary section. We have to be clear on the vocabulary if we are brave enough to use actual words when trying to define a relationship. It's wise to have them in the mind just in case. So enjoy that, use them on your next date, and then come tell us how it went next time. Bye-bye.
Casual.
Casual.
Brooch.
Brooch.
Ambiguity.
Ambiguity.
Reciprocate.
Reciprocate.
Hook up.
Hook up.